Apparently it's an original trilogy. There are no original trilogies. There's only 10 plots in the entire movie industry. In fact, 10 stories in literature, really. Which is something my nan quotes a lot, and I keep forgetting what the actual 10 things are in broad terms, but... Oh dear. Holland has joined, and we have a Chief of the North! Welcome, Holland! So, because you are new to this game, welcome aboard. Your job is to overthrow King Rupert, who is me, and also keep the other two factions from winning. Thank you for joining. We're going to start the game now. As you can see, the power levels are quite high in terms of things. So, right, let's begin with the council introduction. We bloody well pulled it off, didn't we? The barons are finally in charge. We can sort this kingdom out. Now, just remember a little arrangement. Now, we put you on that darn throne, so do as we tell you. Got it? Yep, figured this was the line. Glory to the marsh! I'm the king now, you can't push me around. Actually, glory to the marsh! Huzzah! Now, introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Council of the East. Honor to meet your acquaintance, your majesty. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Indeed. No worries. Good luck if it is ahead, your greatness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Indeed. Alright, Council Hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. Of course. Alright. The path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not work kindly on usurpers, unless of course they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how will you hope the kingdom remembers you? Right. Let's go, actually, what's our military stats like? Military is quite good. Trade is quite good. Let's go for military here. I'm going to give you the tools to overthrow me. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly, if he wins more battles than he loses. The Dutch of the North, indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Yep, we're going full force with this one. Military is the main thing that keeps you from, you know, allows you to win rebellions, but I'm going to go for it nonetheless, because why not? Alright, coronation time. I need to crash our militaries. Alright, Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Monarch Shadowhawk II, but still answer the council. As tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Should I get changed into my... It remembered! It damn well remembered! I love it! It remembered. Also, hello... Hello, Nirox. You have joined the Counts. Alright, I should get changed into my waterproof robes. It may be for the best, Your Majesty. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, let's begin the first vote. I'm not going to... Actually, what cares about this? Host a lavish parade. I actually wouldn't mind that too much. Faith is the low stat at the moment. That doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I'm going to mark my choice as D, clearly. But you do what you want. But if I'm thrown into the river again... I mean, I'm just thrown into the river again. That happened last time. So, yeah, Aegon, of course, votes for that. So, exclamation point, vote, and then the letter to vote. Yeah, there you go. Yep, I already changed to my waterproof robes. I know what you people are like. Thank you, Prospero. Prospero is on my side, kind of, as is Talon. See, the barons appreciate their king, and they will not forget this slight against me. We will continue. Alright, the king has been thrown into the river. My stability is now civil. My authority is now dubious. What kind of coronation is that? Very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's an old tradition. Indeed. It's happened twice in a row. It's now an old tradition. Actually, it didn't happen to my first king. What the heck? Oh well. The successful king. I suppose this is just the mark of an unsuccessful king. Okay. So, we end the coronation season. I knew it! A few months of luxury in the palace, and King Rupert has gone soft! Don't we deserve a real baron on the throne? Alright, voting is open, so the barons can now choose what their overall goal is going to be. Again, and I'm going to keep mentioning this because I think it's important, you might want to think about lowering the other faction's stats, because they started quite high. This is totally not my attempt to, you know, manipulate the situation to my advantage. Okay, barons are yet to vote. I will give some time for this, but... who's on that list? Okay, so you wish to lower stability, which, to be fair, we just got raised, but that's fine. Alright, let's go. Subterfuge. Barons plan to replace the king's advisors with their own agents, but first they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Alright, next up. The chiefs. Chiefs of the North. We all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Rupert. How do we make that happen? So, the barons, choose your objective. So either lower your own defiance, raise authority, or raise your own military. And this is Holland's. I think Holland's the only current noble on that list, so it's Holland's choice. Give him a couple of moments to decide. Vote C. Okay, so raise your own military. Okay, so that's counter to my goal. Actually, no, it isn't counter to the goal, is it? It's raise. Yeah. Raise military to 5 or more in 3 seasons. This is why I'm saying that the lowering stats might be useful. So both me and the chiefs want military skill raised. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was his own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Rupert wears the crown. Alright. The counts. Highest farming, lower your faith, or lower your own defiance. Your choice. Lower your defiance. Interesting. I mean, I'll take that if nothing else happens, but... okay, I'll give it another 5 seconds, because I know we have another noble in thing here. Vote A. Okay, so it's going to be a random choice between the two. With our 2 current nobles, let's see. Highest farming, which you currently have. Summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all other regions, giving a clear path to the throne. First, they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. To advance their schemes, the counts must be the region with the highest farming in 4 seasons' time. So, the objectives are set. So, the barons must lower my stability, the chiefs must raise their own military, and the counts must have the best farming. So, we end the season. First round of objectives, but you can't get to the second round until you've done this. So let's begin with the horror in the east. Your Grace, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on peasants inside. How many victims? Dozens, Your Highness, and only a few have survived the attacks. Survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Oh, good God, it's the corpse of Shadowhawk II, who was turning into a werewolf before this happened. Right, so, let's, I'm going to, actually, I'm going to save the veto. If I used the veto early, I'm going to regret it, so let's give this, let's let the vote check out here. So, anyone can vote on this, so, yeah, C lowers their farming and their stability, so that achieves exactly what the counts want. Lowering defiance is probably fine from my perspective, because it means you're less likely to rebel, but... okay, it is a tie. So, I am going to say this is no concern of ours. The monster continues to menace the east, growing more bold every day. You hear reports it no longer confines its attacks to the night time. Okay, so stability goes down, and the farming stat goes down. Helping Reds. Okay. We'll decide the honor guard after this. We need the other event here. Missing bees! Your Majesty, terrible news from the east. The bees have vanished. Excellent. Oh, but my breakfast honey! I'm sure it has wider implications than your breakfast, Your Highness. We can't rely on bees for our honey trade. But worst, in the east, bees are bringers of good fortune. If we look after them, they look after us. It's a good moment indeed if they've deserted us. Peasants are scared we've offended the bees somehow. We must track them down. Okay. Let's think about this then. I actually don't mind either A or that. So I'm actually going to... Actually, Defiance going down isn't the worst for me either, actually, come to that. Let's start the vote. Sorry, vote hasn't started yet. Vote now starts. See how this goes. Okay, it looks as if the counts have the deciding vote here if they want. A or C? Well, I mean, if that's going to be the case, I'm going to give it a couple of moments, but I'm going to take it. Okay. A was voted for, and bees come and go, let nature take its course. Farming is now only bountiful. Still, the other nobles profit from the situation. The counts had quite a monopoly on honey. This has given them a chance to get in on the market, so... Yeah, the trade can't go any higher, but they haven't done a lot here, other than raise the count's defiance even more. Alright, the Honor Guard. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. Chiefs with the most famous warrior horses, the counts with their Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the barons with their squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully. Okay, so... Little to coin above all. So... What foreign mercenaries do you suggest? Band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialise in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will be considered an insult to all regions. I mean, I could insult all regions here, but I think we've made our decision. Clearly, the only option that is good for me right now is actually the Eastern Knights, because that balances out this. It keeps things. No, actually, this is about the same regardless. I don't want them rebelling, so we're gonna keep things at 4. Bloody hell, my liege! How could you choose them? I'll make arrangements at once. Well, extremely pale and extremely polite, the commander introduces herself with a florid bow before reading out a poem she's written for the occasion. Perfect! I have warrior knights. Or poet knights, anyway. Grumble, grumble, grumble. It's fine! I'm the king now. I don't need to worry about what the barons think. Let's end the season. Okay. We begin the auction phase. So, this is the current funding of everybody currently in the game. And the items that are available for auction. The way this works is you basically go !fund and then decide what letter you're choosing, and then how much money you're putting into it. The top 2 funded things will take effect. Let's start the auction. There are 55 seconds left, so the Mumbling Historian spends a whole 1 money on the thing. In fact, 2 money on a thing. So he's done it twice. Okay. This is causing me some potential problems. Oh, you have to select the letter rather than the actual thing prosperous. So if you wanted to fund the prison, it's B, and then how much do you want to fund it. Okay, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last minute snipes. Time is up. Okay, so the aqueduct is funded for 52 and the prison is funded for 30. So the count's farming goes up to 8 and the stability has dropped again. Stop the presses, which is a dynasty event. Oh, we're definitely going for this. Oh, Majesty! Some anonymous firebrand in the marsh is spreading most inflammatory pamphlets. They're casting aspersions against you. What's new? Something's different this time. They're not calling you a bad king. They're criticizing the very concept of the monarchy. Oh no! That's absolutely abysmal. Yeah, when you realize money started carrying over, you went sheep. Oh dear. This is republicanism. And not in Kerf, but in our very own kingdom. What should we do? Ugh. Republicanism? We can't have that. Right. Stability looks like it's dropping almost regardless, and that's going to put rebellion as a possible thing for this. So, right. I've got to veto here. We're going to veto the forbidding of the press, and we're going to see how this goes. Oh dear. I mean, gaining the authority point is the trade-off, which kind of keeps me at 4. Although Defiance going up in the Barons isn't great, it's still at least something. Okay, 40% chance of that. Holland also votes A. So we're going to go and see if we can track them down. 40% chance. I will find those troublemakers, Your Majesty, rest assured. My spymaster confidence is unwarranted. The culprits cannot be uncovered. Oh boy. Authority is now mocked. First time people in the kingdom seriously contemplate the idea of a republic. But now it remains a fringe faction. I mean, we had a democracy after the first run of this, so maybe. At least stability involved. Yeah, but now I badly need stability. Badly need stability. Let's go find a spouse. That's probably one way I can get some at this point. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. We'll look for women this time. We'll have a change. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. See what they have to offer. Easy enough to decision. You'll marry the barons as we agreed to before you put on the phone, right? Right? Yes, right. A stinging problem. Is this the bees again? It's the bees! Having ignored the bee troubles in the east, you've practically forgotten about the situation. Until Chief Holland steps in, his face soiled and covered with stings. Those damned counts! I bet they sent these bees of theirs just to trouble us. Aren't you enjoying the honey? That's not how beekeeping works, Your Highness. These bees aren't making honey. They're flying around and stinging my villagers. It's horrible. By the old gods, these bees must be destroyed. No one dares to go outside. Our markets are ruined. And the Stars bees are a livelihood. They're killed. They'll bring bad luck to us all. Should take better care of them, shouldn't you? Okay. What should be done with the escaped bees? So, get the church to heal the peasants is a score that basically has no chance of success. Destroy the bees in the north will cause some defiance changes. Focus on bringing the bees back to the east. We'll have some defiance changes, but also will reduce farming. So, let's start the votes. My beautiful face! Vengeance! Yep, Holland has gone for vengeance. Okay, I think that's everything. So, let's see if we can get it back. Okay, some chiefs grumble that they're not getting enough help from the crown. Their farmers resort to huge protective suits and hats, which hamper their work terribly. Meanwhile, the counts are grateful, but desperate to figure out how to bring the bees back. Eastern folk tales describe charms that can control bees. Hopefully the counts can find one before it's too late. Right. Well, we're going to end the season, and then we'll see. Alright, so how are we taxing today? I think, honestly, given everything, we are going to tax the barons. So, yeah, Kingdom Treasury is pretty decent, and yeah, I can't afford for the chiefs to go up. I need the Chiefs. I need the Chiefs to actually loosen defiance in the next round of this, but we'll see. Defiance is too high, and one or more regions is considering rebellion. Rebellion will stop the region from advancing their scheme. They can't be taxed. They'll take part in normal votes. So the Chiefs can rebel, but there are downsides to doing so, especially if the other two factions can't rebel with them. So we'll see how that goes. End the season. Okay. Let's go for eligible options, because I badly need a stability increase. 1 young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Alright then, let's see the eligible bachelorettes. Bachelorette number 1. Heth, firstborn daughter of a Northern Holland clan. Nominous have nicknamed her Windspeaker. Can't imagine why. I can see the appeal. This is Sasha, eldest daughter of the Eastern Rocks dynasty. I'm not sure why the artist made her look so severe. Trick of the light, I suppose. Can't see what all the fuss is about, personally. And finally, we had the Marsh's offering, Johanna, scion of the prestigious Prospero line. A gloomy woman prone to sudden floods of tears. Naturally, the Baron despises her for showing such weakness. Well, I mean, sounds like a laugh. Who do you think? You'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. We're going to go for... I've made my decision. We're going to, of course, go for North here, because I badly need to stop rebellion. Not a humbling story. Don't go for our choice. Okay, rebellion is halted. So they can't... So you've lost a chance to rebel. I've managed to hold that in instead for the moment. Let's go to the Eastern Ruins. Your Grace, my researchers have uncovered something fascinating. We've discovered the location of a bee charm. It should bring the bees back from the north. Gods be good, get on with it. We're carrying our homes to hide from these horrid swarms. That's no way to live. I haven't found the charm yet, but it's said to be hidden in a ruined monastery. My soldiers are combing for it now. What monastery? I've never heard of. The monastery once belonged to the Order of the Conquering Blade. The what? They're long dead, High Inquisitor. Your forebears made sure of that. Because they were demon worshippers! This ruin must be destroyed immediately! Too dangerous to stand! This is part of Eastern heritage. Not our fault they had some dubious practices. Besides, we need this charm. Oh, the charm will be terrorized by bees forever. Council descends into argument as the 3 of them make their demands. You call a vote to settle things down. Right then. Plenty of options here. Never mind the demon stuff, find the bee charm, or destroy the monastery. You know what? I'm kind of... So that would lower faith. That would lower defiance. I'm going to veto the bee charm. Rid me of my darn bees. No, you're going to stick with the bees. No, I'm vetoing it. I'm the king. I chose to veto it. Now we either all get rich, or we have a half chance of destroying the monastery. Or at least somebody gets rich. Alright, let's continue. Voting has closed. Oathbreaker. I'm not an Oathbreaker. The alliance hasn't been signed yet. We have never been married. Alright, bounty valuables. The North's defiance is now aloof. High Inquisitor sweeps out, tight-lipped and furious, as priests become aggressive in the sermons. Unfortunately for her, it has the opposite effect she'd hoped for, and peasants start drifting away from the congregations. Meanwhile, mumbling historians' vassals return from the expedition with the charm, along with a large sack of treasure. I think Aegon might have just become rich. The counts take most of it, but they donate a portion to the treasury. More importantly, the bees return to their eastern hives. So huzzah! Success, I suppose. The true monster. Actually, let's just quickly go to the noble list. How rich is Aegon? I mean, fairly well off, actually. When I came to you with a word of monster preying on peasants in the east, it's difficult to forget. I have reason to believe the culprit may be one of my fellow counts. Count Mumbling Historian 4, to be precise. The peasants believe the Count Mumbling Historian 4 transforms into a colossal bloodthirsty beast once every 7 nights. Do we know of something like this ever happening before? Only in legend, King Kerovak II was said to turn into such a beast and slaughter his servants at night. But in the day, he was mild-mannered as a baby duck, Punch! And had no memory of his crimes. Perhaps the same is true here. What should I do? Pray, do not call a public vote on the matter. It would embarrass Count Mumbling Historian 4 greatly, for no good reason. I can gain some authority this way. Lower their military, which is not what I want. I think I might want the authority increase here. But that puts it to 4. If it goes up by 1. You know what? I'm going to give benefit of a doubt here. We're gonna send a message to the Mumbling Historian to control himself. Receive a reply from Count Mumbling Historian 4 before the week is out. I apologize for my indiscretions. From now on, I will confine myself to a dungeon when I experience this little episodes. I appreciate you handling this matter privately. But dozens of murdered peasants would probably not call this justice. But I gained some stability, and yeah, defiance has gone down. But the attacks do stop. Hopefully, the matter is dealt with. See, Mumbling Historian 4 can be reasoned with. I have no idea if Mumbling Historian 5 could have been. We're going to end the season here. Deep in the forest of the marsh, Baron Prospero has gone boar hunting with a few of their close friends. The kingdom's fine. No one's calling for the king's advisors to resign. We need to step it up. More chaos. More panic. Then we can swoop in and offer the king an olive branch. Yes, if he doesn't want to take it, we'll shoot it from a crossbow at 200 yards. Okay, so I've raised the stability just in time, so the march did not get an advancement in their plot. Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape, and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok. Morgana has blessed us. The ice giants have agreed to parley. Gods are good. Luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Aye, the ice giants are a formidable ally, tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks. Those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. But first we must offer something the giants desire. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage? Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the giants won't be able to resist. They must raise the other regions' trade to a combined total of 10 in 3 seasons. You see what giving people high stats has done? You've made it very easy for the counts to win. By royal decree, we can treat the laws. So, let's go with... Actually, I'm going to go for the iron choice here because I might want the authority gains. Okay. Okay, crash our trade. That's basically what you need to do now. Alright, let's... That's the royal wedding, I assume. Yeah, it is. Let's go with the Archbishop's Fury. You're enjoying a nice, peaceful breakfast when the Archbishop barges into your dining hall, waving a scrap of paper. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. This was nailed to the door of the cathedral this morning by some 2-bit priest called Smote Lemongrave. Great name. It's short for May I be smoked by the ninth ever prove unworthy. A religious family, the Lemongraves. Anyway, his name is not important. This is an essay decrying the church, making all sorts of fantastical accusations. Outrageous! Claims that we're corrupt just because we're selling premium tickets to a cushy afterlife at 100 gold a pop. No, that doesn't sound corrupt at all. Not at all. And he wants the church to officially change the 4th sentence of page 118 of the Holy Book so it forbids selfishness instead of elfishness. He claims it's a typo because elves aren't real. I love it. He even criticizes my hat. Says it's a bit much. How dare he? Smells like heresy to me, Your Majesty. I can have a pyre built at the city square before noon. Okay. Let's think about this then. So stability going down is what they would want. So I could probably take that if I needed to. That's only got a 10% shot at working, so I don't think they would take that. Okay. I don't think this is cut and dry, so I'm just going to veto the off. No, I'm going to veto the stability drop. The smoke guy sounds alright to me. It does. 10% shot. Do we want to gamble on a 10% shot? Apparently we do. Well, I'm sure there's going to be no consequences from this whatsoever. The letter is tossed in the nearby fireplace and quickly burns to ash. Unfortunately, the newfangled printing press means that Smoke's words are not so easily destroyed. A splinter faction of a church churns out thousands of copies of a so-called lemon-graved missive. Soon there are widespread riots across the kingdom and the church is widely scorned as venal and corrupt. Oh dear. Stability has gone down to 4. Faith has dropped, faith has dropped, faith has dropped. Well, I mean, the stats are going down. I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, we have a buzzing in the walls or the royal wedding. I might actually go to the royal wedding now because I know that will raise stability. So, the wedding to Hath is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one great party. Feels like you're not the only one taking part. In fact, it feels like you're the only one taking part. Instead, you're all getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Hef at your side. Will you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. Excellent. All of the stats go in my favour. By the time you find yourself alone with Hef, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion it was. Not a passionate proper northern wedding, of course. It's really a wedding. There isn't at least one axe fight at the altar. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. Can't abide people who waste time dwelling in the past. Tell me what you're passionate about. Spare time and tinker with some complicated science stuff. You wouldn't get into it. That's so interesting. Anyways, continue on the subject. We gently fall asleep to the sound of Hef droning on about herself. Well, I mean, fine. We can work with that. Windmills, indeed. Windmills. Many, many windmills. Alright, buzzing in the walls. These darn bees. I must speak with you urgently. Remember our Count Mumbling Historian 4 when poking around the heretical monastery of the Conquering Blade? Right, find the bee charm. The charm did bring back the bees, but at what cost? Begun with buzzing and mumbling Historian 4's castle walls. First it was only at night, and it grew so loud the servants couldn't hear themselves think. Then honey began dripping from the stone walls. Villagers started disappearing. Horrible things are afoot. These darn bees! Well, nice. There is a strong smell of honey around him. I assure you I'm perfectly fine. This man is clearly touched by unholy forces. In a quiet moment, you call a vote. Right. Let's search his estate. Mumbling Historian, already a were-monster, but also a were-bee, potentially. So do you think it's blown all out of proportion, or do you think that that a test is required, or do you just want to search his stuff? Okay, I'll give it a couple of moments. Okay, so we're going to search his estate because that's the vote I wanted. How dare you! This is an utter outrage! After the search is concluded, the High Inquisitor returns. The investigators discovered the source of the demonic energy, a charm from the heretical monastery. Once it was destroyed, its influence was lifted upon Mumbling Historian IV. But they discovered missing villagers in the cellar, suspended in pods filled with honey. What have you done, Aegon? Aegon, explain this now. They were nearly dead. It was a mercy to put them down. Personally, I would suggest executing Mumbling Historian IV just to be sure. That's his own kind of justice. Well, I mean, clearly, we're going to have him executed. Excellent. As you wish, Your Majesty. The Counts are furious, of course. They claim none of this was Mumbling Historian IV's fault. But the peasants are relieved, especially those in the east. No one wants to be hung up in a chrysalis and drowned in honey. I don't know, I could actually... I mean, if I had to pick a method of death, might not be the worst. Mumbling Historian 5 has joined the council. Okay, we will end the season. The famine begins. Late at night, 2 counts meet in an ancient stone cemetery to discuss their schemes against the king. Our grain store is looking much more impressive than the rest of the kingdom. Yes, and I've had peasants from the north moving into my lands, desperate to sponge for prosperity. How delightful. But won't summoning's demon be difficult? It's magic beyond our usual fare. The walls of reality are sturdy, but they can be weakened. A tide of blood must swallow this kingdom in its wake. Chaos. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Well, I mean, you both now have that same goal, so that's going to get easier. But yes. Things are starting to turn a little bit. And now I need all the stability I can get. Welcome, counts. Okay. The rewards of prosperity. Your Highness, merchants are visiting your north from as far afield as Valimir and Athatosh. Our quarterly figures are stunning. Your quarterly what? Money! Lots and lots of money! Highness, this noble economist has an audacious idea for all this wealth. Call it an experiment. We give peasants gold whether or not they are working. This will ensure a base level of comfort and security for all. Gods be good, what are you saying? We should hand out cash for nothing? With respect, how is that different from a cheese receiving fees from their serfs? It's completely different, your greatness. This lunacy cannot possibly be considered. Money to the masses? Money to the masses? Well, I mean, this is a strange one here. I'm not actually sure what I want to do with this. One-time extra tax from the chiefs, they can afford it. I mean, that'd be fine. Host a summit in the capital to celebrate the chief's success. So that would raise their personal wealth here, with no benefit to me. So I'm going to veto the financial summit. And I'm happy with any of the other results. Okay, I think that's all the current nobles, so... This treasury is booming at the moment. I need to do something with all this money. Demand a one-time extra tax from the chiefs, they can afford it. You start scheming summoners. Alright, Defiance is now grumbling. Okay, we have a dynasty event, the True Believers. Your Majesty, the followers of Smote Lemongrave are only growing more powerful, now calling themselves the United Separatist Church of the Radical Reformation and True Belief. Or the True Believers for short. Thank God. How are they influential so quickly? So those accursed printing presses! They're spreading pamphlets across my kingdom fast that we can confiscate them. Even some of my own priests are getting convinced. What can we do? They want to get rid of me! And my hat! Save the hat! Okay. There's a couple of stability drops here. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take an authority gain out of this. I'm going to put that there, because if it does happen, I at least can counteract things a little bit and gain that authority point back. So, we'll leave it up to you on this one. Historically accurate. Counter pamphlets! Does sound fun, though. Have them burn at the stake? Sounds good. Counter pamphlets! And one more vote remains, I think. We are going counter pamphlets! Because it sounds funny. Alright. You're right! The church has its own printing presses! We should be using them! Full-blown pamphlet war erupts. Lakes of ink and mountains of paper are wasted on shrill denunciations of the opposition. The True Believers accuse the Church of corruption and selfishness, while the Church accuses the True Believers of heresy and elfishness. Indeed, that darn typo is going to be the cause of so much pain. In the end, the Church's arguments win out. Everybody knows the True Believers have a point, but the common folk aren't interested in disrupting the status quo. The surviving True Believers sail off over the eastern horizon. Authority has gone up to credible. Faith has increased across the land. Good thing I'm not have to worry about them anymore. Elfishness. Indeed, yeah, did you not catch that earlier, Egan, when the that was apparently the start of that sort of thing? the typo on page 118 or whatever it was. Okay. Requisitioning rare reagents. Ah, Rupert, I've come to ask a favour. Recently purchased a very rare reagent for one of our chemical studies, a rare eastern herb known as Sashara's Tears. Unfortunately, it's been delayed. I was buying it from Count Rox00. Speak to him about it with me. I'll look into it. Gods are good. Let me know how you fare. Regis, what can I do for you? I need to buy a rare eastern herb known as Sashara's Tears. Oh, you come on behalf of your wife, haven't you? Lamentably, I can't give you the specimen just yet. The parish was damaged in transit, improper preservation measures and all that. I've already disciplined my peasants for the mistake, naturally. The flower is ruined, crushed beyond recognition, I'm afraid. I'm trying to source another specimen, but Sashara's Tears are very rare indeed. I'll see if anyone else has one to sell. But welcome your race, but I warn you, only I have for a price so low. Being sold by Count Mumbling Historian for a much higher price. Aegon? You're about to be rich. You grit your teeth and hand over the gold. All this for a plant? Happy to see a specimen before week's end. She's most pleased with it. Well, I've basically been accruing money this whole game, and that's the only thing I've spent it on. Let's hope I don't randomly need it. That'd be bad. That'd be really bad. Alright, let's end the season. We begin the next auction phase. So, I didn't get the money. You didn't? No. Well, sucks to be you, I guess. Alright, let's start the auction phase. So again, top two will go in. Just depends on what people want to do here. Fun B10. Yep. Stability is dropping. I imagined that one would get picked. Psst, Baron, get the library in this. It'll help. No, actually, Chiefs, no. The Chief, Holland doesn't have any money, unfortunately. Thank you, Holland. This is definitely not a bidding war that I'm just trying to force. Okay, time is up. Stability goes up and stability goes down. Perfect. Perfectly symmetrical as all things should be. Being miserly with my money. The Monster Unleashed. Let's go about my heir. Your marriage heifer is growing strong and steady, like an old castle wall. The began its political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Your wedding was a magnificent affair, but something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. Child of your own, who you would trick even if you're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together, because actually we've currently got that more or less signed off. I'll arrange for you to get a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Indeed. Okay. Monthly Historian 6. Let's find out. I mean, we don't know that it's the honey monster, but it could be. It's a day like any other. You're sitting in the council hall listening to your nobles argue about something or other. Today's session is getting particularly heated. Bloody hell, good count. You must understand my position. We simply cannot lower tariffs. Your property will leave me penniless. Penniless! Oh dear. Get away from me. I feel faint. Someone fetch the physician! I have mine too. Ow! Huge gleaming claws sprout from his fingers. With incredible speed, Count Mumbling Historian pounces on Baron and slams his jaws on the screaming Baron's throat. Baron Talon has died, replaced with Talon the Third. Honor guard, protect me! Recent knights charge, reciting battle poetry as they swing their swords. The monster tears them apart one by one, spouting walls of blood, suffers dozens of wounds. Once your honor guard are dead, the monster leaps on you, sinking its scarlet fangs deep into your shoulder. God darn it! God darn it, counts! Alright, Mumbling Historian 6 has arrived. Don't see that every day. You're right, your majesty. Ugh. I need medical assistance. The attack quickly spreads among the peasants, who promptly panic, declaring that half your nobles are secret monsters. The wound is slow to heal. Thankfully, it doesn't appear infected. The physician expects a full recovery. Right. So the counts are at a real interesting point here. I need to either lower their defiance or raise my stability in a hurry here. And another point of stability loss will start the counts rebelling, I believe. You're aware of the ice giants, I suppose. British creatures live in the frozen wastes beyond northern borders. Chiefs are willing to let bygones be bygones. They're forging an alliance with the giants to bring down your kingdom. What are the chiefs offering to these overgrown monsters? My intelligence suggests the chiefs have offered up the kingdom as plunder for when the giant comes north, I say. Kingdom's strong economy is a problem. What am I supposed to do? Tank my economy? Would certainly be one strategy, yes. Okay, I would loads of authority for this. Raise the defiance here. Or build the Great Wall. Let's, I'm kind of okay with this in a weird way. Because that also means hopefully that my authority stays where it is. And as long as that's at 5, it shouldn't be okay. Yes, Holland believes we can beat them. Okay, I'll give it a couple of moments for any last minute votes. Okay, it is a tie. Honestly, I do probably need to... I'm voting with the werewolf murderer. The werewolf murderer's son. Or cousin, or whatever. No, I'm gonna have to go with this, I think. Council decided not to act. Even the threat of an ice giant invasion is enough to get them off their backsides. Alright, let's end the season. Back in the north, Chief Holland is hosting yet another feast at his clan hall. Meat's being passed around in good measure, and some of the chiefs are dancing on the tables. This can only mean two things. Really good news, or really bad news. Asgul, pass me the drink, you old lout. I'm drinking until my ancestors feel it. Were those ice giants that saw my way through your lands? Have we really done it? I don't deceive you, lad. They'll be marching with us come the morrow, and by Gala's beard did they come out in force. It must have really impressed them reports of the kingdom's bounty. Gods are good. What happens after the ice giants march? Back some answers. I hadn't thought about that. Someone, fetch me another drink. Then assemble the chiefs. Quickly, damn you. Okay. So. Oh, good God. Alright, Holland, you need to vote on what your plan is here. Either rescue the kingdom at the last minute, or devastate the kingdom. Which would mean all three factions are trying to do the same thing. If you voted B. Yep. Figured. There won't be much left to pass after this, but we'll build a new one! Bigger and fancier, with more bones! More bones! Ale sloshes over the floor as Chief Holland teeters on the edge of a bench. Anyway, we'll sort it out when we're done pillaging. For now, let's party! We do need to make sure that the kingdom is sufficiently unstable, don't forget. Although United will repel us, ice giants or no. For the final stage of the scheme, the chiefs must lower stability to 3 or less. Tearing the veil. Code words exchanged. They speak of related schemes. What happened? The kingdom was supposed to be a whirlpool of chaos by now. It's more like a whirlpool of smiles and hugs. No demon will come anywhere near it. Yep, Count still needs stability 4 or less. Okay. The Counts are rich, but if I tax them, it's going to be a problem. The Barons are rich, but not rich enough to... I'm just going to common tax. There you go. Just be nice and fair to everybody for the moment. Especially as I might need you. I might really need you. Oh, good God, I'm going to turn into a were-monster because of Aegon. Ah! This nearly happened last time, but we managed to stop just in time. Or rather, I was deposed just in time. Itching for a fight. Your Majesty, we in the March have completed Finish a complete reorganization of our new army. Surely it's a powerful beast now. Yes, very lovely. Moreover, some in the crowd might be willing to host some military exercises. The soldiers are restless. Can you define exercises for me? In a suitable campaign to whet our swords and spears. Unblooded army isn't worth its salt, I say. Let's see what the council thinks. Establish mercenary companies that fight abroad and take a healthy cut of the profits. Or if matches with something more than gold, we could use our might as intended and make inroads into Tabalin, whose meager army will surely be no match. Oh boy. There's a stability drop there. Okay. Here's my thought process on this. These are exactly the same option. So if I decide to choose one of them, you will pick the other one. Almost certainly. Without question. So, all I can do is accept that my authority is going to go up regardless of this. I mean, to be fair, you can all get much, much richer if we establish the mercenary companies. I'm going to veto the denial. Let's go. We'll see how it goes. I don't need to know the details. You lot are voting on this. I'm just seeing how this goes. Full-scale invasion. Oh, the barons are split. Where's Zagan voting? I mean, I'm quite content to just grab some more money with this, so... Because I really don't want stability. Stability activates everything, so I'm going to go establish the mercenary companies. I mean, it does lower the military score, which I badly needed, but again, we'll do what we can. Money is good, defiance is down, barons are richer. I'm sure everything is good. Right, let's go for the mercantile complaint to start with. Your Majesty, the richest merchants of the north have bribed the chiefs to give them an exclusive charter. They now control all trade of wool and tallow, and all most valuable goods. It's a monopoly, Your Majesty. They're scamming the public by fixing prices, pushing smaller traders like myself out of business. Something must be done. Well now, something must be done, you say. I noticed two things that lower stability, one thing that raises stability that won't be picked. So let's put the choice on authority on the one that's going to probably end up being picked. So we're Dutch. Okay, so if you want to be richer, you're going to have to give me an authority point as a trade. That's the only way it can work. Since I know you're all greedy people, I know that's going to... yeah. Darn it. 6 seconds. Wait for the last vote. It's a tie, so I get the choice on it. So I have to keep my authority up because, unfortunately, lowering stability means that the counts can choose to rebel if they want to. So, yeah, let's also lower the trade score. He's in the merchant away, ignoring his desperate protest. Over the next few weeks, more and more small traders across the north start going bankrupt. Well, authority is commanding, which is good. But the biggest companies are expanding each day and recording incredible profits. Time to open a bottle of wine. Yeah, so that's everybody except the north. So this is exactly the level you want it to be. For now. To keep things balanced. Over the course of winter, you find yourself plagued by horrific dreams. You're running through open woods full of screams. Your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike. You're always hunting, always hungry. This happened to Shadowhawk II, of course, and my authority has dropped. Perfect. Okay. Let's find some folk medicine. Alright, end the season. Kingdom's in great jeopardy, and the council is calling for the king's inner circle to resign. We need to increase the pressure. The king is in a weak enough position. He's got no choice but to bow to our demands. No more interfering spy master. No more marshal or councillor or treasurer. A whole new inner circle. All made up of barons. Alright. Lower the authority to 4 in free LSC. Yeah, you now need authority dropped. 2 counts meets on the outskirts of Baron Farm. Wind whipping up their long cloaks. Good news from the capital, my friend. Well, bad news, but good news for us. Oh yes, fires, wanton murder, giant spiders. All that and more. The fabric between worlds is wearing thin. Time is ripe to summon a demon. But which honoured guest should we invite? Alright, Aegon, which of the honoured guests are we going to invite here? Giant spiders, yeah, I mean, apparently. I mean, I don't know if that's got anything to do with the plots or whatever else, or people are just arachnophobic, but apparently that's happening. Anyway, the counts. Which of the 2 rituals are you going to go for? Raise own trade. I mean, your fate's actually quite low, so both of these seem reasonable. Okay. So, raise own trade. Let's find out what you need. We'll bring pestilence salvation to our lands. She's perfect our plans. When she arrives, the crown will be ours for the taking. Rare reagents from across Celeste. The petals of Sucles Orchid, the eye of an Atashi Salamander. Not anymore. You no longer need that. Your new goal is stability down another point. Indeed, we'll stockpile resources while initiating the rite. There's no time to waste. Must raise their trade to 9. Okay. So, by royal decree, we can gain a new law. So let's go for the golden choice, and we will replace me marking what it is. Okay. Contentious sale, Archbishop's request. Witch hunting. Let's go witch hunting, because I badly need to not be a werewolf. For weeks you've searched for a witch or warlock that can treat your dark and bloody dreams. Knowing the church will be outraged if they found out, you must take discreet action in your witch hunt. Ask traders and traveling merchants for information. 90% trade score. Excellent. We didn't XCOM this one. Now we need to raise stability. Yep, you do. You can only hope a clue turns up soon. Not only are the dreams getting more frequent, they're more vivid. You're starting to doubt their dreams at all. Okay, Archbishop's request. Your Majesty, I wish to speak to you about your situation in the north. Too long have the Northerners been allowed to worship their heathen tree gods in brazen defiance of the 9th god. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the north. It's for the good of the realm. I'll have to bring it to the council. Of course, Your Majesty, I would expect nothing less. Alright, council. I badly need a point of authority here. So, let's think about this one. 30% chance or defiance drop. But you know what? Let's send the missionaries anyway. What's the worst that's going to happen from this? Those tree gods are windmills. Quite possibly. God damn it, Aegon. God damn it, Aegon. Well, I was going to give Prosper a couple of moments, but it does look as if this is going to fail. Darn it. Alright, it's been denied by the council. Very well, if this is the will of the council, then so be it. Glad the council respects our sovereignty enough to leave us to our own business. My thanks. Well, defiance has dropped, so... The good news is the chiefs are probably not going to rebel. They're going to win by their own objective. A contentious sale. Your Highness, this is outrage. Come mumbling story the Six is trying to steal my bear from under my nose. Aegon, what do you want with the bear? Did you say bear? It's not his bear. I was about to buy his beast for an adventure in the Tatterlands when Cheap Holland showed up shouting and raving about Skuranon. And who is Skuranon? Norman goddess of medicine knowledge. The bear wears her mark on her brow, clear as day. Tell me more about this bear. It's a magnificent specimen. Be a great addition to my menagerie. Well, I suppose it's a matter for the council. If this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs, there will be trouble. Okay. I am going for bidding war. And you get 500 gold if you vote C. It looks like we're going to have a bidding war. This will, of course, anger both sides, but we'll see how it goes. Infuriates back and forth. The nobles battle it out for ownership of the bear. Eventually, Count Mumbling Historian wins out. Tattleland's adventurer is delighted and goes away with more money than she knows what to do with. You lost 1,500 gold, Aegon. Naturally, the chiefs aren't happy to have lost their sacred symbol, but there's little they can do. Bear turns out to be a fearsome creature with a bright white fur and intent green eyes. And she's vast, even on all fours. She stands tall in her wagon. She was transported to the east, sedated by special herbs. Count Mumbling Historian 6 anticipates sellout attendance at his zoo. It probably could have been. Let's end the season. Okay, so this is currently where we are with things. So this, the authority needs to drop for the barons by a point. You got 500 for the 5 vote. Yeah, true. You did. Alright, let's end the season. A new honor guard. Oh yeah, we do need a new honor guard, but actually... Okay, your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council, holding a small child in your arms. Council holds forward with nervous silence. My child! Why doesn't anything heir? You've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Grace, maybe the first congratulations on the birth of your child. What is their name? Unfortunately, Rupert the Second. Surely Rupert will grow up to be a chip off the old block. God damn it, we need to replace things with Shadowhawk. Oh, a new honor guard. The deaths of your honor guard in the line of duty was a tragedy, Your Majesty, but we don't have time to mourn. You must replace them at once. The king needs protection. Okay. Of course, since your previous honor guard were Eastern Knights whose armor couldn't save them from a hideous fate, the other knights in the East are all on account will be busy. Okay. So, I've either got to go foreign mercenaries and anger everybody, or I go for chiefs, or I go for barons. Honestly, I shouldn't go with the Northern Warriors here. I mean, to be fair, you failed and died, so fine. But I kind of want to keep the Defiance low, but I think, honestly, having them in charge of my honor guard at that point is going to be terrible. So let's go to the Veterans of the Marsh. No. You nearly are at the point of rebelling against me. So, or I could go foreign mercenaries and just raise everybody's defiance. Or I can say I don't need an honor guard. Sounds terrible. You know what? Let's go foreign mercenaries. There we go. The battle-bitten brethren arrive a few weeks later. You never seen such a gang of huge, unpleasant-looking cutthroats, sneering and smirking and cleaning their fingernails with daggers. Your fears are assuaged by their commander, a grey-haired man who calmly explains the service they provide. As long as the coin doesn't run out, they'll sacrifice themselves to the last man on your behalf. Excellent! I have an honor guard that can actually do something, unlike the last one. Mercenary income. Your Majesty, I have good news. Those mercenary companies that we let loose into the wild, they're still returning profits. What a wonderful investment. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, some barons' wealth has increased, and we gained 1,000 gold. So we can keep paying those mercenaries. Question remains, Highness, whether we should call it quits. Why would you do that? Sitting there should nods to blood them. They've more than proven themselves, so you should bring them home and have them train our own military with their expertise. Or we can put them back in the work with the expectation of future profits. I kind of want the military to be increased, but I know you're not going to take that choice. So, I'm going to go Iron Choice on this one, on the basis I think you're going to pick the other one, and I'll take the 50-50 shot at increasing the military. Oh, I wouldn't mind if they got through, but I don't think it's going to. Oh, it is going to go through. Well, I mean, I'm just going to take the free authority increase then. Authority is now commanding. Treasury is now 5442. Some barons' wealth has increased. Defiance is now cordial. And the barons, how much money have the barons got now? Oh wow, everybody's rich. I hadn't quite registered this, but yeah, there's a lot of money flying around here. Might want to spend some of it, you know. Just a thought. You might want to spend some of it. Let's end the season. Alright, oh, speaking of which, let's spend some. So, the next round of auctions. Let's go. I mean, you're richer than Aegon, but unfortunately you're only one noble at this point. And Rox isn't actually here as far as I can work out, having got angry that people voted against what he wanted. So... Come on, you can spend more... I mean, to be fair, you can only spend if you're being challenged. You got 1,500 gold. You're poorer than the other nobles, but you got some options here. Okay, it's currently looking like E and D, so trade increase, which is what the counts need for victory. It's you have to put the actual numbers in, Prospero. So it's fund whatever letter you want, and then however much you want to put into it. Wow, that was a big jump right at the end. I'm not sure if that counted. No, you missed out on the timer. You nearly spent enough to force it through, though. It got through anyway, without the money increase. But, okay, so stability's going to go down. The accounts trade is going to go up. Okay, my ambition. The lackluster menagerie. Was the bear not that impressive for you? And the ritual. Let's start with my ambition. Saudi Arabia, you said you wanted to be a conqueror. Yes, indeed. Well, you look to be living up to these words. Kingdom's army is stronger than ever before. Well done, Your Majesty. Everyone's defiance has gone down. But Shadow and Noble scheme for good, you'll have to build on their reputation. Advisors have some ideas. We should crush those disloyal nobles, take command of their armies, and force them to submit. Or if you're looking to unite the nobles rather than smash them, you should declare war on the Ashmedan Empire. And they'll forget your schemes if you win. Farming is high. Getting authority and military is going to be a difficult one. But I think getting farming and military, given how high things are, I think we can work with that. Wah! We're going to war, folks. We're going to war. Of course, it won't be easy. Raise the kingdom's overall farming and military as much as you can, and of course, there can't be open rebellion amongst the nobles. So, I have to keep you from rebelling, and I also have to get farming and military up as much as I can. So, the ritual. When you're about to give hope of finding a witch, a merchant travelling through the capital from distant Telkezalk tells you where you can find one, after a few dozen drinks, of course. Her name is Magdalene. She's agreed to meet with you in a secluded grove just outside of Telkevosk in the east. In your first time, you know she's very much a witch. Thick, ragged hair, toothy grin. The only thing missing is a pointy hat. I know where I can find a pointy hat. It's on the Archbishop. We had discussions about this. There were pamphlets. We can get you that hat. What's happened to me? You've been infected by a very anthropic curse. You have become a were-creature. More specifically, you are a werewolf. To be cured, you'll have to undergo a dangerous ritual. I can help you, but you must be prepared. Or I can help you overcome the spirit within you, giving you control of your power. But that ritual is more dangerous. Get rid of this curse, I beg you. I will need the antlers of an ancient wither stag, a live goat, a moonstone dagger, a bottle of wine, red only, please. Most of these things can be cured myself at the time, but most appreciated if you wish. But with any help, would be appreciated if you wish to be cured quickly, especially with the antlers. I will find all the ingredients for you. Let's spend the money, since I have so much of it. Make sure they're genuine and high quality. You try not to arouse suspicions in the process. At a ritual circle in our grove, the goat is brought before the oldest tree in the circle and slaughtered with the moonstone dagger. Yeah, but I'd like to have the money next time as well. Bids you drink before tying you down to the stone antler. What about the antlers? Patience, Your Majesty. Ah, blood wine! Finest of Klingon drinks. The moment the substance passes your lips, horrible sights swim about your vision. Great spirit of a wolf howls from beyond the trees. It's a beast covered in thick, coal-black fur. Its eyes glowing with an otherworldly sight and its maw dripping with blood. 100% chance. We can take it. Pain stretches through your body. I beat Aegon's curse! I beat it! Prune juice, a warrior's drink, indeed. But I beat Aegon's curse. That's all that matters. The ritual is a success, Your Majesty. The dreams will plague you no longer. You almost want to hug her. The nightmare is finally over. Huzzah! I am not a were-creature anymore. I've fixed it. Now let's find out about Aegon's menagerie. Your Majesty, I fear our menagerie is failing to thrive. We thought the bear would be the star of a show, but she just sits in the enclosure looking sad. No one wants to see her. Of course she's sad. She was meant to roam the frozen tundra, not being harangued by your bats flying around her head. Actually, we wondered if she likes some company. Perhaps Tenderlands would yield another bear of her type? Okay, what do we want to do here? Can actually put on a grand feast for the bear. I kind of like that, actually. Bring the bear to live in the royal palace would raise defiance. I can't afford that, really. Bring the bear a companion would cost. Potentially also would raise trade. Honestly, there's not a lot I care about with this one particularly, so I'm gonna veto. That'll put 1 to 4. I think I can live with either of these actually. You know what? Let's go for the farming check. 85%. By XCOM logic, an absolute failure. So there's that as well. Holden votes D. It is a choice. Okay, we will continue, and I think we will. So I can maul Aegon. This is a fair and just argument. However, we're gonna go for a grand feast because why not? Gathers the best cuts of meat out in a vast bear banquet. She tucks in with gruesome gusto. Trade is now dominant. Oh, god darn it. God darn it, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. I wanted to avoid the trade things. Somewhere in the march, Prospero sits at the banquet, gnawing on a greasy chicken leg. Council demanded a shake-up, but the king resists all calls to replace his advisors. That's all we can do while the king holds out. Something tells me his position is not as strong as he thinks. Okay, obviously there's still some time, but yeah, okay. I could technically do this, but you're all ridiculously rich at the moment. It's kind of annoying. Common tax. Tax account. Nope, I'm keeping that balance. I might need this money balance thing going on in a little while. Vermin at dinner. Just the night before, a servant sent to your dining hall to bring you dinner. It's a modest spread of a suckling pig, roasted apples, mixed pickles, cabbage chowder, and a mushroom stew. I stuck in when? Gods be good, stop! Meat is crawling with flies. Majesty, I don't know what happened. It was fine when we brought it out. Reach for an apple, it collapses into mold, sending up a cloud of spores. Call the High Inquisitor! High Inquisitor arrives within the hour. Half is pacing up and down with worry. There's something very wrong afoot, Your Majesty. This is definitely demonic. I fear the counts are responsible. How do we get rid of it? Hello, Jesper! You have joined the Chiefs. She screams, more wasps. Have her quarantined. You're in a servant's hall, High Inquisitor's secure room, but if the door closes, more insects stream out from beneath it. Someone like her got caught by this magic. How can we escape it? From down the hall, footsteps approach. Cluster of counts down there, looking extremely pleased with themselves. What are you doing here? Greetings, your race, and good morning. Glory to Bethalminir, Queen of Corruption. What are you saying? This is treason! Fields are ravaged with plague and vermin thanks to our work. Your Highness, peasants all across the kingdom will starve unless you do right by them and give in to our demands. What makes you think you can do this? Your mouth fills with a horrible tingling. When you cough, something bursts free. You don't dare look to see what it is. Stop it now! Belfamere has the kingdom in the palm of hand, ready to give it to the rightful King Desmond. You have a choice. Die of old age in exile, or be killed now. Either way, we get the crown. Darn it, it's just also when, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Darn it! That wasn't even on the agenda. That random trade increase wasn't even on the list. Alright. You know what? I'll never choose exile. Eventually then, we only have one choice. Sinking your skin and surrounding you in a buzzing whirlwind. Half is shouting as the Count's in fury. The mass of bugs covers your face, smushing you. Your breath stutters. Last thing you hear is the Count's arguing about how the regions will be portioned out. It's some comfort to know that they're unlikely to settle it peacefully. King Rupert's skeleton was picked clean by a swarm of devouring insects. Then the swarm engulfed by the rest of the palace, consuming any who opposed the Count's rule. The Baron's attempt to replace the King's advisors never panned out. One night, Baron Prospero awoke to find a smiling spymaster holding a knife to their throats and kindly asking them to desist. The chief's arrangement with the Ice Jarls fell apart, and the giants ended up attacking the north instead. Subsequent war kept the chiefs too busy to worry about matters of the throne. And so, the demon Belfamere did lay waste to the kingdom, and the fields were barren, and the sky turned black with insects. None were left to oppose the rule of King Desmond, who ascended to the throne amid the rejoicing of the counts. And that's how you chose to win. I'm trying to continue. Oh, endgame ledger. So, King Rupert the Rich. Game length 2 years, 9 months. Head for North, successor King Desmond. The nobles. Wealthiest noble, Rox, was who did join and then left because we didn't agree with them. Poorest noble, Jesper, who just arrived. All of you decided to just keep all of your money and not spend anything. The kingdom stats at the end of the game look thus. Trade is high, but actually the kingdom is in... You have lower stats than last time. So, I'll take it on a general purpose. It's fine. But there we are. We've done poorly. Possibly we have. Well, that was King of the Castle... Part 3, I will probably... Did not expect to win. I didn't expect it as well, because that event didn't have a trade increase on it. I thought I was safe to pick that. But yeah, that trade increase just triggered the end game, unfortunately. I thought I had things covered until then. So, yeah. Because I was approaching victory condition as well. Ah, well. It happens, it happens. They are random, and unfortunately that's something I should have thought about. Should have gone for one of the other options. Alas, that is the way it goes. So thank you for joining me, those who did. We'll definitely be doing this again at some stage, probably as its own stream rather than anything else. I will catch you all later. Good day.